You want me to kick it off?
Yeah.
Okay, there's nothing more I love to do than kick off the podcast. Everyone, welcome back. We're so consistent. My name is Haley, and I'm here with my co-host Gavyn. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, not this again.
Just kidding. Hi, how are you doing today?
Oh, I'm so good. How are you doing, Haley?
I'm great. I just came from a long day at work, and it's like bus, another club.
Yeah.
Work.
She's a hard
home,
worker.
Sleep or no sleep.
No sleep.
No sleep. Another club. But we're thriving. We're here. We're being consistent.
We've been so consistent. You guys don't know this about us. Like, this is a new development of our personalities. Character development.
It really is. This is character development.
But we're here every week, you guys, and it's going to be that way for the foreseeable future.
We're being exactly who we said we would be.
And I think that's
an honorable
something we
mention.
should celebrate.
And let's celebrate that. As Oprah once said to Lindsay Lohan.
And she said it so eloquently.
And she said what she said.
Let's get into our honorable mentions.
Yeah.
Something we do every week, just something we're thinking about, something that we think is honorable enough to mention.
Right.
And
exactly.
That's really all it is.
It's very self-explanatory.
It's very, very simple. I mean, honestly, all of our segments are very simple. Honorable mentions, we mention things that are honorable. Pit and peak, we state our pit and also our peak.
Right.
And into it and over it, I mean,
and the
we
list
make it
goes
easy.
on. Exactly.
We make it easy. But
it's not hard to grasp.
No. It's tough, but it's good.
It's tough, but it's good. So, Do you know what? I feel like I have multiple honorable mentions, by the way.
Go for it.
So, the first one is this studio lighting I have going on. I have my desk lamp behind the computer right now, and I've never looked better. If you're on video, you'll be shocked. And my laptop is on pillows right now, and my skin looks great. It's not. We're having a little moment with my skin, but the lighting is doing justice, and I'm on like a newer laptop versus last week and the week before. I was on my old 2014 MacBook that is on her last leg, but now I'm using my work laptop, and it's 4K, high quality. So shout out.
You look incredible.
Better than ever. So that's a huge honorable mention.
No, definitely. Definitely stepped up the quality. We can see your face so much better.
Yeah.
We're really just kind of figuring it out as we go. So
yes.
Yeah. I mean, we're not in our typical LA HQ. So it's we're just doing what we have. We're doing with that
what we will. And hey, it's not much, but it's home.
Exactly.
Yeah. I have another honorable mention, but I want you to go to warm it up, because mine, we're going to go on a roller coaster. So
totally. I'm excited for that. Well, first of all, I just want to address the elephant in the room. I have had hiccups for the entire day. Thank the Lord they have stopped. There is nothing that makes me angrier than not being able to stop hiccuping. Like, it seems like such a minuscule thing, but for me, nothing triggers my anger more than that. So just something I would like to mention. I tried.
They're not going to come back.
No, they can't. I was perusing TikTok for probably a good 3 hours trying to look at different remedies of how to get rid of hiccups. This morning, one of them worked. It was like you hold your breath and then you take 13 small gulps of water, and somehow that rid of them. And it did for the first time. And then when I came back, 20, 30 minutes later, I tried it again and it did not work.
Interesting.
So that's when I started the journey of trying to find another remedy. And I think I held my breath for so long that I started feeling like I was going to pass out. And then I don't remember which one it was, but it worked. And then we were good for like the rest of the day. And then I just ate before recording. And then as soon as I finished eating, I got them again. So I was like, you've got to be kidding me. And then Tony started looking it up for me because I was like panicking because I just like, again, anger. And we figured it out. I don't remember what it was. It was some sort of breathing exercise. So I'm learning a lot today about hiccups, but not something I really wanted to mention. It's not very honorable, but it is something that I would like to address.
Oh my God. Thank you for bringing that to the table.
You're welcome.
That's really important. I'm so sorry you're going through that today.
And thank you.
So sorry to hear that. The other honorable mention that I have, okay. I was going through some text messages that I had on my cell phone this week. I was looking for, when you search keywords in your text because you're trying to find like a conversation you had. And I was searching a keyword and lo and behold, what did it pull up? It pulled up text from like 2 years ago. I think over 2 years ago with my least favorite ex-boyfriend.
Right.
And, I was on a bachelorette trip at this point and we were texting. I don't remember why, but we were. And he was like, oh, it's because he lives in Nashville and my bachelorette party was in Nashville. And I was telling him about the first night we were there. The bride's mom hired this like male stripper to come and be at the house to make us drinks. And so he like was there the whole night and he was like a bartender. Okay. And he like all he had on was an apron and like nothing else. And honestly, I was so scared. We all were just like, why this man, who signs up for that? Like who interviews for that job? Like good for you. I guess you're confident.
Good on ya.
Good on ya. His name was John.
Would I want to show bare ass in an apron? I can't say that I would, but I give it to him. I really do.
No, hats off to John. Hats off and pants off to John.
True.
That was really bad. But pun intended, his butt was out. Okay. Like, he's in this apron, this small little apron. And so his ass is out, right? It's like out and about. You can see it. And we're all giggling and we're like, that's insane. But I'm not one to speak because it's not like I have like this dump truck ass, but like he had a very small booty. Okay. Like he had a very small butt. Like it was so flat. The stripper.
Okay.
Yes. And I mean, I looked like I had a dump truck compared to him. Okay.
Right.
And
that speaks volumes.
I know. And so he had this is the conversation I'm having with my ex-boyfriend. And he was like, how's it going? What's going on? And I was like, his ass is so small. And he was like, no way, that's crazy. And I was like, no, like I could see his sciatic nerve. Like that's how small it was. And when I tell you, I didn't know I said that until I read it. And I was like, that might be the funniest thing I've ever heard.
No, you're a comedian.
I laughed for 5 minutes straight by myself on my couch. And I was peeing my pants laughing. And I live alone. So like there's no one I could giggle with. And I was cackling by myself. The sciatic nerve is crazy.
No, like where did that come from? How did you even know that?
Because when I used to commute from Orange County to LA, I got sciatica from sitting for so long. And so I knew where it was. And I could literally see a sciatic nerve. And my ex was like dying laughing. And I have never laughed harder in quite some time. And so that's my honorable mention is how funny that is. It needed to see the light of day. It needed
to be said. It needed to be brought back.
It needed to be brought to the table. Exactly. Yeah. So that was another one of my honorable mentions.
Incredible.
Week.
I have one or two more, just some things I've been thinking about. I mentioned it it was either last episode or the episode before that, but Haley's vocabulary. We referred to her as Merriam-Webster.
Right.
And I just have to say, I had to download the dictionary app. The app stays open when I am texting her because she'll pull out words like entendre. Never heard that word before in my life.
Like a double entendre. You know what I mean?
Never heard that word before in my life. Apparently, it's more than one interpretation is the meaning of it. So
it's like flipping a word on its head. Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's something you should be really proud of because you do be saying a lot of things that I don't know the meaning of. And I feel like I have a pretty decent vocabulary. So I'm constantly surprised.
Thank you so much. That's Miss Merriam-Webster to you once again.
Yes.
And thank you so much. I really love keeping you on your toes with these because there are times where I can say like, oh, it was such like a minor thing, but then I go for like a minute thing or like
what goes on inside your brain to where like you feel like you need to take it up a notch?
I don't know. It just happens. And I'm not even a reader, you guys. I'm not even a reader.
Right.
So I don't know where I get this vocabulary from. It's just creativity at this point. I don't know.
Well, that's pretty much it, I think, for me. Those are just some things I've been thinking about. I will say, though, one last thing. I always know that our podcast is doing well when Haley's dad, Jim Chapman, starts to make his rounds back into my DMs.
Yes.
And there has never been a word sent. It's only been emojis, and it's the thumbs up emoji. It's the heart eyes emoji.
Yeah.
I think actually he did say nice ! One time.
Oh, that's huge.
Yeah, I felt really good about that. And it's only on pictures or videos of you and me doing the pod. So I know things are going well when Jim Chapman shows up again in my DMs.
Oh my God. There's no one more loyal than Jim Chapman in the DMs. He's in the DMs of like my Pilates studio that I teach at. And like my owner was like, your dad's been reacting to stories. I'm like, oh my God.
No, but it's a compliment. It's
showing
honorable.
Love. It's so honorable. My DMs stay full of heart eyes reactions from my dad. And that's why I have reverse daddy issues. I like men. I grew up thinking like, men are great. And then now I'm like, what happened? What's going on?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I just have to express gratitude for that. Yeah.
That's a really good one. Thank you so much. I'll let him know.
Yeah, please do. He'll probably hear this, but
no, so true.
Shout out, Jim.
He's going to react to this clip with hard eyes. Do you want to do pit or peak first?
I like starting with pit, I think.
Me too. Okay, so the pit of this week, I think a lot of people can relate to on my end. So I haven't been sleeping well. Okay. Right. I don't know what's going on. I don't take anything to sleep. I just really believe in like getting your circadian rhythm like on its good track, and I'm not doing well. I'm not doing well with it at all. So the other night I've found some rogue edibles in my nightstand. And I was like, at this point, I'm getting like 6 hours a night. Like I could really use some good R&R. So I was like, oh, they're little like gummies. And I saw on the thing, it was like 5 milligrams. And I was like, that's literally perfect. So I take it. And when I tell you, I went to outer space. Like I was no longer on planet Earth. I had the worst edible trip of my life. Like I thought the room was spinning, and I also was flashing back to like high school situations, and I was like, no, I can't think about that. And then looking at things from different perspectives and like just cringing and dying and thinking that everyone hates me. And I was like, how do I get rid of this? I can't fall asleep now. I'm like doing a life review at 2 a.m.
No, I hate that. Like I can't.
No, I can't do it. Terrible. It was horrible. I literally woke up the next day being like, so I need to change my entire life because what the fuck was that? And I eventually,
so scary.
fell asleep, but I was convinced there was someone under my bed. So I was really, really, really scared. And lo and behold, the next day I go to throw out those gummies because never again. I read it wrong. They were 5 milligrams CBD and they were 25 milligrams THC.
No.
So your girl was really zooted. I was on Mars. Oh my God, I was not well. And I think I texted you in the morning and I was like, so, my life's a mess. I don't understand, like, all these traumatic times are coming up. And I was like, this is not therapy. This is not EMDR. Like, what are we doing here? And I woke up just absolutely in shambles. So I threw them out and realized I took quadruple what I should have.
Yeah.
So
I
never
mean,
again.
25 milligrams is a lot for someone who does not really use it very much. I used to definitely partake in cannabis usage.
Yes.
Back in the day. I've not in like 3 years now. I just can't do it. Like towards the end of that era of my life, I like kept getting panic attacks. That same type of thing would happen to me where I would just like spiral.
Yes.
I used it more so just for like anxiety and just like chilling out my brain, but then it would have the opposite effect and it would like just ruin everything.
It's terrible.
Horrible. And like I've tried a couple of times since then, like just smoking, and like I can't do it. I cannot do it. I had one little situation where it was recent actually. And I smoked for like, there was like 2 days where I like took literally a single hit of weed. It was like,
this the Nordstrom rack story?
Yes. Yeah. So I was, I had smoked a little bit like earlier in the day and like wasn't really feeling anything and was just chilling at home. It was a, day off vibe. And Tony got home from work and he was like, I need to run to Nordstrom Rack to get something. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll go with you. And then for some reason, I went into the store and like it just hit me all at once. And mind you, I smoked like hours before. So I don't know what happened in my body, but like my brain was like, it's time now. It was just that like overly anxious feeling of like, everyone knows I'm high right now. Like everyone's looking at me. I was just like panicking and just had that like gross feeling in my stomach of just being so anxious and nervous. So I was like, I was only in there for 5 minutes and I was like, hey, so I'm actually going to go wait in the car. So I spent the last 45 minutes of that excursion in the car just trying to keep myself alive.
No, because you can't be in public when that happens.
No.
That's like absolutely diabolical.
And I did not, that was not planned. Like I would not have gone had I just smoked, but like, I was like, oh, it's been a couple hours. Like I'm good. So maybe it was just the environment that triggered it. But I guess moral of the story is weed is not for everyone.
No, moral of the story is if you have anxiety, like weed's not your vibe.
She's not the girl.
She's not your girl. Take some melatonin and fucking like chill out and not take 35 or 25 milligrams of THC. That was terrible. I'm still like shuddering thinking about it.
No, it is the worst kind of feeling. And I'm so sorry that you had to go through that.
Thank you. Thank you for the sympathy. I will never do it to myself ever again. So,
speaking of good sleep, my pit of the week is I had to get a procedure yesterday.
Right.
I have a lot of like chronic pain in various areas of my body. And so one of the remedies was like a nerve block injection. But for them to do that, they have to go through your back, very close to your spine, and like get it into the area in your abdomen where it needs to be. To my knowledge, I was just going to have like a little laughing gas and like some numbing medicine in the back and then call it a day and we'd be good because it's a 10-15 minute procedure. Like it doesn't take very long. So I get there and they're like needing to put in an IV and I was like, for what? Like getting laughing gas, and they're like, oh, we don't do laughing gas here. I was like, okay, so what are you doing? And they had like full general anesthesia waiting for me to go, which like, I'm fine with that, but like it just seemed excessive for a 10-minute procedure. So like I go in, I'm laying flat on my stomach on like a massage like table where like your face goes in the hole.
Oh wow.
And had like my arm up with my IV, and I was like, can you just let me know when you guys start putting it in? Because I hate feeling things and not knowing what's going on.
Yes.
So as soon as I said that, they're like, oh yeah, we're putting it through, because I kind of started to feel it, and I was like, okay, perfect. And then from that second on, it was just lights out.
Yes.
And then next thing I know, I am back in like the little recovery room in a chair, and my mom was sitting next to me. Slept for a good 30 minutes afterwards, and then I was like, okay, can we go? And that was that. And it was a pit, but also kind of a peak, because like I'm not feeling any pain today. So I'm like, okay, it's working.
Good.
But also just like was not what I expected to happen, and it wasn't great. But
you got a good nap.
Expect the unexpected, you know?
Mm-hmm. Oh my God. Unpopular opinion maybe, but I don't mind anesthesia. It's like the best sleep you'll ever get.
I think it depends on what you're having done. Because like for me, if I'm waking up and I'm not going to be in a ton of pain, like I'm all for it. It's just like the waking up in a lot of pain and like just being so out of control of your body of like you cannot wake up. Hate that feeling. But like if it was like it was yesterday, where it was such a small amount that like I could come out of it pretty easily, great feeling. But you do love a anesthesia nap.
I love it. It's probably because I'm just haven't been sleeping well, but every time I've gotten a surgery, I'm just like, but I wake up and I cannot wake up. Like I'm so groggy and I can't do it, but it is nice. That feeling of like, I'm going to sleep.
Yeah. I mean, especially when you like can't really sleep that well. And then like all you have to do is just lay, and it's like, you don't have to try. You just conk out.
Exactly.
Great change of pace.
Incredible.
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
What about our peaks? What is the silver lining of the week?
Okay. So this is like, we're going to get vulnerable.
Okay.
We're going to get honest and vulnerable. Okay. So I am on a medication called lamotrigine, and it is a
Lamotrigine girls rise up. Lamotrigine
girls rise up. This medication saved my life. Like I will yell it from the rooftops. It's a mood stabilizer, and it cured. I wouldn't say cured, but like it really has changed my life. There's no way I would be able to operate as I do now without it, and forever thankful. However, I've been on it for 8 years. Yeah, Gav's on it too. And I've been on it for 8 years. And after a while, it's like not good to be on such a high dose for that long, because I can feel like my brain doesn't fire as quickly. I'm like, my memory is kind of screwed up, and it's harder to remember things. Like literally the other day, my friend Riley is like, wait, I already told you this. And I'm like, I'm sure you did. I don't remember. I'm sorry. And she's like, oh my God, are you okay? Like, when did you get on them? I'm like, oh, it's been 8 years. I've been on them for a very long time. Yeah. But yeah, it slows down that part of your brain that like fires. But guess what? I would take that any day over feeling the way I used to feel.
Definitely.
So anyway, so I started tapering down from it, because it's just not good to be on that high of a medication for that long. Like I'm never going to get off of it, but I'm going to like lower my dose.
Yeah.
So when you're on lamotrigine, okay, your crash outs feel very muted. And the way like I would describe it, it's like the LaCroix of crash outs. Like it's literally spicy and flavorful, but it's gone very quickly.
Very quickly.
It's like, you know how like a LaCroix is like a spicy water with like a flavor being screamed from another room. Yeah. And it's just a very light flavor.
Someone is blowing vape smoke on the other side of the room of said flavor.
No, exactly.
That's the way.
Exactly. So I was having a bit of a crash out this week. And I was like, I'm not a crasher outer. Like, I will be upset about something. I'll talk it out and then I'll be like, okay, we got to move on. It's okay.
Yeah.
And so I've been on this mood stabilizer for so long that I'm like, oh, I don't act like that anymore. Like, I don't have that high and low, like, crash out anymore. And so I was like, I'm going to be fine. And then I had a full-blown crash out, and I was like back to like the super high, super low. And afterwards I was like, that mood disorder is still alive and well inside of me.
Yeah.
So literally, like, I guess this is my peak, because I realized, like, when you're on a certain dosage of medication, like, there's a reason why it's there. And after that, like, full-blown, like, meltdown, I was like, oh, this is what I used to feel like. And I was like, why am I so upset right now? Like, I don't get it. And then I was like, oh, I'm tapering down from my medication. Maybe we shouldn't do that.
To be fair, though, I do think that, like, the rate at which you were tapering down may have been a little too fast.
It was.
Like, too much at once. If you did less, I think it maybe would have been a little less, like, crazy.
Yes.
Because everyone reacts differently to those types of medications. So it's like some people aren't really affected by that big of a jump. But, like, for me, I'm very sensitive. So, like, I go very little at a time. But I was just talking about that with my mom. Like, I've been on that medication probably similar time to you, maybe a little longer, but, like, that saved my life 100%.
Yes, same.
That's why I'm like, I am such an advocate for, if you need medication, take it. Like, some people have a little imbalance going on and you need just a little assistance. So, but yeah, I mean, I texted you that because you texted me and you were like, I think I'm going to start weaning off of my meds. I was like, okay, period. But just remember,
you were like,
feeling
just remember,
good because of what you're taking.
Exactly.
So.
That's what I realized. I was like, well, I felt so fine. Like, I was good. And then the second I get off of it, I just went way too far down.
Yeah.
I think I could eventually, like, taper down. But when I tell you that the unstable feeling came back and, like, the super high, super lows, like, were creeping in. It was like muted, but it was there.
Yeah.
And I was like, that was the old me, and I don't like that. So we are back on our medication. It's literally, everything's fine. We'll start tapering down when I feel a little better. But that was, I guess it's weird to say. Is this my pit?
You said it was your peak, but I could see how it could be both.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, it was a little bit of both. You got to have the bad with the good, but it really showed me that, hey, if you're on a dose of medication and you feel good, hey, probably stay there. Yeah. There's probably a reason for that. So
we live and we learn.
Stay on your medication, guys. There's nothing to be afraid of.
No.
But you can taper down with the help of a doctor, I feel.
Of course.
Like, I kind of went rogue, and we lived and we learned. So anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. What are you drinking there?
I'm drinking a green tea from Kava.
Delicious.
I did the most genius thing ever on my drive home. I had like a 45-minute drive home, and I ordered my dinner so that it was here when I arrived.
Incredible.
And I love Kava. I'm a Kava addict, I will say.
I think I had Kava too much too soon.
And now you overdid it.
I did. I overdid it. And now it's hard for me to crave it, but I do love it. I love, what is it? Like the Greek chicken something wrap.
That's what I got. Oh, I didn't get the wrap. I got the bowl.
The bowl's good too. I love the wrap.
I didn't really get to eat much of it yet, but I'll finish it later. But it's so good.
Okay. So my peak is kind of silly, but I just like, it's just the little things that give me excitement these days. And so far, the peak of the week is that I got my windshield replaced. And not only was it replaced, but it was replaced free of charge.
That's huge.
If you live in Arizona, something to note for future reference, if you ever get a crack in your windshield or whatever and you need to replace it, Arizona has a law that basically requires insurance companies to not charge a deductible for getting your windshield replaced. And it used to be for me on my old insurance like $800 to
it's
replace
expensive.
So I filed a claim, and because I changed my insurance when I moved here, obviously. And so I was like, wait, $0, period. And now I can see crystal clear. It was like, there wasn't even really a crack. It was just, it had pitted so much. There were like tiny little little chips from like driving back and forth to California, and just like we've had a few dust storms, so that probably did it in as well. And like whenever you're driving in the sun, like it's just hard to see through it, and I get really bothered by anything that's not perfect. You should know that about me already.
I sure do.
And so, huge thanks to Lemonade Car Insurance.
Shout out.
It is a new feature of Lemonade, not sponsored, but it should be.
You know what it should be? Let's manifest it.
Yeah, I have my pet insurance through them. I have my renter's insurance through them. So I was like, I'm going to do car insurance. I have my renter's
insurance. Oh my God, I have my renter's insurance through them. We should hit them up.
We should. We really should. I use them, like, especially with my problem child, Binks. Like, I'm always on the phone with Lemonade Pet Insurance.
You are better than I, because I have a huge crack in my windshield right now. Like, it's huge. I need to get it fixed. It's so expensive,
though, in California. I would keep mine there until it shattered the windshield and I couldn't use it anymore. But here, I'm like, it's free.
I got quoted like $800. And I was like, that's insane.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That should be illegal.
My Honda CRV, she will live to see another day with a cracked windshield.
She will. I feel like the last time I saw you, you had the crack. So it's been
bigger.
a while.
It's bigger now.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's huge. But do you know what I've learned? Shout out to Jim Chapman. We're talking about him a lot. But my dad is the best. And I realized that, and I didn't do this on purpose, but when I avoid something like car related or like fix it related, when I ignore it for too long, he just takes matters into his own hands and he'll do it for me. My Christmas present was brand new tires. And that was
the best kind of Christmas present
I've ever been given. And guess what he did? He took my car early in the morning. So he's like, you don't have to wake up early. I'll take your car in for you. He took it in to America's Tire. He got my tires all changed and got brand new ones, brought it home for me, all washed and pretty. And he was like, Merry Christmas. And I was like, Dad, you're my favorite person ever.
What a hero.
But I like avoided getting new tires because I just was like, it's so expensive. I can't put it on my credit card right now. I can't do it. But like maybe after I get like a Christmas bonus, maybe then. He was like, you know what? He texted me and was like, my Christmas gift to you is new tires. And he was like doing the research and quoting it, emailing me like, hey, these are cheap. You should get these. And I just never did it. And so he did it. So maybe this is me manifesting just my birthday's coming up, a new windshield.
Hey. I mean,
I would love that.
And not all of them are that expensive. It's just like the ones that come out and like do it at your residence.
Oh, the Safe Light.
Safe Light Repair, Safe Light Replace.
Safe Light Replace. Maybe they should sponsor us too.
I mean, we're always cracking our windshields. So
always. I'm really good at it.
You a lot.
Yeah. Oh my God. Wait, okay. Now we got 2 new sponsors.
Yeah. In the future, for sure. Lemonade and Safe Light Repair.
Like, hey, we have 5 reviews on Apple Podcasts. You should really sponsor
want to get
us.
in on this right now.
You want to get in on it. Super low rates right now. You want to get in
while
when
the iron's hot.
You want to get in now. I promise.
Yeah.
I promise. We're going to be blowing up after this.
Exactly.
Okay. After this.
Those are some good pits and peaks. And I think that it's a beautiful thing to see the bad and see the good at the same time.
Yeah. I learned a lot about myself this week.
This was a productive week for you.
Dude. And not even going into it, but like Gav, this is why you're my best friend, because you're so honest with me. And you even asked, I loved what you said before, because I came to you with my crash out and I was like, I know you're honest with me and you tell me even like harsh truths I don't want to hear, but I need to hear. And you said to me, you're like, can I like give you some advice on things and like some patterns I've noticed with you? Like you said, I'll hold your hand digitally while I do it. And I was like, literally, please. Sometimes you need a third party that it loves you and has witnessed kind of the patterns or like, things that aren't working for you, that they can kind of be like, here's what I've noticed and here's something to think about, some food for thought that I've noticed. And because I love you, I'm going to tell you. And
you have to.
And when you told me that, I went straight to my journal. I went straight to Lisa Chapman and I told her the developments and she was like, girl, so proud of you. And I feel better. Like I'm not glad that happened, but I am glad it happened, so that now I know like, hey, we got some things to still work on, and that's okay. I thought my 20s were like the only time I'm going to have to like learn lessons. And hey, I'm still in my 20s, but I got 4 weeks to get my shit together.
Lessons are lifelong, unfortunately.
No, they really are.
But that is the beauty. We are constantly learning. We're constantly messing up and just becoming better people. That's what life's all about.
We are bettering ourselves, and that's all we can do from hiccups. We just learn. Call back to the hiccups.
Don't even mention that. It can't happen anymore.
Just kidding. Forks in the road.
Totally.
Anyway.
Yeah, it is hard to be that person to like say the things that nobody wants to, but I do feel like everyone needs to have that person, at least one, because for a lot of people, it's not an easy thing to be like that transparent with someone. But knowing you for 15 years, I'm like, I feel comfortable giving you that information because I know not a lot of other people would. So
yeah, and you nailed it. You hit the nail on the head. You're like, I feel like, your girlies can kind of, always say like, we're on your side and you didn't do anything wrong, which is like great, and not necessarily that like, oh, you're doing something wrong, but like, hey, like, let's reflect on this. So take this as like, I'm so open to constructive criticism, especially from people that love me and that I love them. So if you need to tell your friends some harsh truths, just say you're going to hold their hand and just say, hey,
I'm going to hold your hand when I tell you this.
I'm going to hold your hand when I tell you this, even if it's digitally. Yeah. But like, hey, maybe we could like look into this because I'm noticing this. And when I tell you, that was very helpful. So I love you and thank you.
Absolutely. I love you too. I think, life is just about helping each other out, Life
is like a box of chocolates.
It really is. It really is. Should we get into what we're into and what we're over?
Totally.
Cool. This is always fun. I really enjoy this segment. I always have like a few things and then I'm like scared to say some of them, but we're going to go for it this week because like I feel like no one is going to know who I'm talking about, but it's really important to me. So there's this guy on TikTok. This is what I'm into. There's this guy on TikTok that it's a Chinese man. He lives in this like remote village in China and he makes everything from scratch and like in 4K films all of it, and it like always comes on at night when I'm trying to go to bed. So like it's what puts me to sleep at night. And
love that.
It just scratches an itch, like in the back of your brain that just really needs itching sometimes. And so there's like traditional Chinese music that's like playing in the background and it's like peaceful and like also borderline ASMR. Right. And I'm just really into it. And I think it's multiple people, but there's one guy that I follow on Instagram and also TikTok, and it's so impressive. It's like the most intricate things that he's making, like bowls and like pottery, and he made like a full-on traditional like gown out of silk that like he harvested the silk and like did the whole thing. And I'm like, that's amazing.
Did you shout him out? What's his at?
I don't remember, but I will find it and I'll put it in the description. So
perfect.
But just know that he's legit and you should all follow him once I find his username.
Once we link it in the bio, go follow him. My Intuit is also a TikToker. That's crazy.
Wow.
We're so in sync.
We are, and also chronically online.
Yes, exactly. Mine is I'm into tarot readings, obviously.
Right.
Always have been, always will be. Call me woo-woo, call me spiritual. I own it. I believe in this shit. It's real. And
absolutely.
My friend, the owner of my Pilates studio, my queen, Natalie, me and her are extremely spiritual. I close the studio down with her every time I teach, and we just yap about psychics and spiritual things we've been through, and we just relate. Like I finish teaching at like 7:50, and I stay there until about 9:30 every night, and we just yap and talk, and it's like one of the most special things that has been brought into my life this year. And she hooked me up with her tarot reader, and it's a girl from TikTok, and she's legit. She was so cool. And her is at High Priestess 111. Slay. Love it. And I had a tarot reading with her this week, and I pull tarot on my own too. And so I was pulling tarot about a situation, and the Death card came out. And the High Priestess came out, and I literally said out loud, I was like, okay, well, I have a tarot reading in a couple days. If these same cards come out about this situation again, I'll know that it's real. I'll know that it's like legit and that like spirit's talking. I sound crazier as I say this, but
hey, everyone's allowed to have their thing. So
exactly. Like everyone knows I'm an astrology nerd, like whatever. So I go into this tarot reading, and the first thing that she says is like, before you got on the call, I was pulling some cards because there was a lot of energy coming through. And she goes, the first thing that flew out was the High Priestess. And I was like, slay. Okay. Love that. In the back of my head, I'm like, okay, ticking one box. And I mean, granted, I was like, okay, we're just starting out. Like, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, but that's wild for it to like be the first thing.
Yeah. And she was like, well, the energy that was coming through was very High Priestess energy. And she was like, are you spiritual? Are you kind of like in tune with that? And I was like, very much so. She goes, I knew it. I felt your energy, whatever. She goes, this is going to be fun because we're both into that stuff. And I was like, hell yeah. So then we just go. She doesn't like, we don't bring up any situation. She kind of just goes in, and right away it was about career, and it was about, she knows nothing about me. I emailed her through like the contact I got for her. So she doesn't know anything but my name. And, which I don't even think she paid attention to, if I'm being honest. And she immediately was like, what they're giving me, they keep giving me a microphone. Like they say, hey, your voice. Yeah. And I was like, okay, well, that checks out. I'm a singer. I grew up singing, went to school for music, and then I'm a podcaster, and I also teach Pilates with a microphone. So every single one of my, superpowers, let's call it, in life involves a microphone.
Yeah.
So she was like, that's crazy. That's what they kept giving me, was like a microphone, like, but a big microphone, like a megaphone. And I was like, yep, that checks out. And then, so we kept going, and she really went into the career aspect and said that this podcast is going to be extremely successful and like very lucrative for us. And not even in the way of like, money necessarily. Like she did say that like there was a financial aspect to it, but just it's very prosperous is what she said. Like there's a lot of abundance and a lot of prosperity coming through. And she pulled out 2 oracle cards that were matched that flew out, that were prosperity and abundance. And so that was really exciting. She said there was something with travel with us on the podcast. So stay tuned. I don't know what happens. I don't know what that means, but
one day.
Hey, maybe.
It'll be crazy to listen back to this.
I know.
In like a year or however long, and like to see where we will go, because we're not done. We're just getting started.
No. Well, that was the crazy thing that she said. She was like, you just started the podcast, right? I was like, no. We've been doing it for, like 4 years now, but like on and off. And she goes, no. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about you just recently started taking it seriously. And I was like, this is so true. Like we just committed to being super, super consistent with it and wanting to take it to the next level. She goes, Spirit knows that. They saw that. And they know that like she goes, it's just been like within the last couple months that you've started taking it seriously. I was like, yep, so true. And so she was like, yep, this energy's perfect. keep it up. Don't stop. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. And just and that's what we've been saying to each other. Like, just keep going. We're going to be where we're supposed to be. Like, who knows what's going to happen? But I just feel like this is the right thing to do right now. And she 100%. Confirmed all of that. And then what she specializes in, I guess, is like love readings. Like, she loves doing love readings. Mm-hmm. And as we know on this podcast, I'm extremely single. Like, there's not much going on over here. I mean, there is, but there's not. And so she was like, can I talk about a past relationship that you've had? And I was like, sure. And immediately I knew what she was talking about. I knew who she was talking about. And she was just nailed every little thing about him. And she's like, he's not a narcissist. There wasn't a bad ending. It was just like right person, wrong time. I was like, I know exactly who you're talking about. And what did she pull out for him? Immediately, the first card, the death card. And so I was like, that is crazy, because that was the first card I pulled for his situation. I sound insane, but that's
I mean, but like, people who don't know tarot, like, there are 70 something cards. So like, for that to actually be pulled is significant. So that is pretty cool.
What card comes out consistently for me too is the Chariot and the Sun. And Natalie and I did a reading. We call it Witch Wednesdays. After I teach on Wednesday, we started recruiting some of the clients too. And we went to June Shine down the street. Turns out we had planned this for a while, and we were like, let's just walk to June Shine and do it. We start pulling cards. Cards are flying. And then the guy that owns the restaurant place, whatever, came up to us and was like, are you guys like pulling tarot? And we're like, yeah, oh my God, do you want to join? And he was like, well, I just want to let you know that this used to be a crystal shop. And so there are crystals in the ground underneath this place that have been there since forever, since this crystal shop was here. We were like, no wonder, one, we were called here, two, that the energy was so high. Like, I'm telling you, we were vibrating like with all this energy that we were pulling cards for each other. And she had pulled for me. It was really weird. We were talking, but I didn't have a job at this time. So I was really hoping for like career type of cards to come out. But the only thing that kept coming out was like love cards. And I was like, that's crazy, because literally nothing's going on. And this oracle deck that she pulled from, this tarot reader had the same one. And for me, what came out, the cards were all laid out at June Shine, and I just picked the ones that I was called to. And what came out was the Maiden and the Vow, which represents like engagement and being a wife. Yeah. And I was like, that's nuts, because I'm not in a relationship. So that's really weird. And so then this tarot girl was reading for me, and she goes straight to the oracle deck after the death card was called. What comes out? The Maiden and the Vow.
No way.
Yeah. And I was like, that's so insane, because she's like, these cards never come out together. Natalie said the same thing when she pulled them. She was like, those cards never come out together. That's really weird. And that's exactly what she pulled out for me with this situation. And I was like,
what did she say that meant? Crazy. Like, what was the meaning behind the cards?
And this I don't want to like hang on to, but she was like, he's coming back, you know, the whole thing. Like, he's been keeping an eye on you. He's coming back. It was right person, wrong time, whatever. And I was like, I don't know if I even want that. But it was basically saying like, this is like in your future, in your love life, like you will end up married. And
yeah, maybe not with that person, but like the energy is there.
Yeah, because I was like hoping it, like I'd get some sort of love reading, but immediately it just went back to this guy. And I was like,
that's wild.
I wanted to ask about something else, but she was like, it's coming through so strong. And I just can't believe I pulled the same cards that she did for him.
That's crazy. Yeah. I booked a reading with her for tomorrow. So I'm very excited.
I'm so excited.
I have no idea what's going to be said. I mean, I'm just always like, I go into those things with just an open mind of like, I'm just open to hearing whatever needs to be said. And most of the time it's like pretty enlightening and like definitely something I need to hear. And so, yeah, I love it.
Well, that's the best part about her readings is you don't ask any questions. You don't whatever. Like right when you log on, it's like a FaceTime. And when you log on, she's like, here's what's been coming through for me about you. And then it takes off from there. She'll start pulling cards and she'll tell you what they say and what they mean. And all of it resonated with me, especially like all the podcast stuff, the career stuff. Yeah. And, yeah, it's crazy. I'm so excited to hear yours. It's on FaceTime, so if you want to record it, like maybe record it on your on your laptop or something, but it's really, really fun.
I'm definitely going to record it.
That's what I'm into.
And then we'll talk about it next time.
Yeah.
So I can give you my experience.
Yeah. Love it.
What am I over? Okay. Sometimes I see pictures of men on the internet and I think, do you do anything other than work out? Like, it's great to see you have a great body, but like at the same time, like if that's what you want to do and you feel good about it, but it just seems very difficult to upkeep that kind of body.
It's difficult upkeep.
And like, I don't mind a little pudge. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, it's unrealistic. If you're posting constantly, I'm immediately unattracted to that. Like posting constantly, like your body. No.
Yeah. No offense. Like
if that's your cup of tea, love that. But
totally. But it's like all I see, and I don't know what that says about me, but basically all I'm saying on the matter is that I just don't feel like that should be the standard. You know, we live in such a weird society where like looks are everything.
Yeah.
I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. I mean, I definitely don't have abs, but it's not something I'm interested in.
You know what? And I could go on for hours and hours and hours. This is such a vulnerable episode of us.
It really is.
I could go on for hours and hours about how much I've struggled with self-image and my body, my whole damn life. Like every day I see on my For You page, like, you know, you get served stuff that's like scarily accurate to you. And there was one girl that was like, if I could have any wish, it would be that like I just wake up one day and don't think about how much I wish I was skinnier, like prettier, like whatever. Like, God, it's so real. I could go on forever about how much I've struggled with I've fluctuated weight my whole life. Like I've been bigger and smaller and bigger and smaller. And when I tell you, you're going to be unhappy in any body that you're in. When I've lost weight and been like my smallest, I was still the same person, just in a smaller body. And I literally thought it's so toxic, but maybe other girls can relate to this. When I lost all that weight, I was like, everything's going to be better. Like all my problems are going to be solved. And I'm going to be like,
that's what the media makes you think is like, that is end all be all goal.
Like, I'm never going to struggle again. I'm never going to be sad again. I'm never going to feel bad about my body ever again. I felt the worst about my body when I was the smallest because I was terrified of gaining 1 pound. Mm-hmm. And it's miserable. And I'm so lucky, I guess, like that I've finally come to a place where I'm like, it doesn't matter. I think I had to get to that like point where I was like, oh, I'm like my smallest, skinniest, best body I've ever had, to realize how much it doesn't fucking matter. And it doesn't make you feel better. I was like, damn, I really thought when I got to this point, I was going to feel so confident and like nothing can bring me down and blah, blah, blah. No, I even got more insecure when I was like, it's miserable. Like you just have to make peace with who you are in any body. It's like so much easier said than done, but my God, I struggle with it every day. So if you do too, like I'm right there with you.
And I mean, like, being on dialysis and stuff, like weight shifts so much. And I've never really been like insecure about that. I just think it's obviously what I like to have a, super ripped muscular body sometimes, but like also it doesn't really matter to me that much, at least for me. Yeah. And also like what other people look like, that's not what I think about. Like I don't go out and I'm like looking at people's bodies like, no, you should probably lose a couple pounds. Like I don't think many people think that, but like in your head, like you're thinking that other people are thinking that about you, which is not true. Yeah. And if you are, that's weird behavior and you need to look inward.
Yes. 100%.
Yeah. I mean, I think like the whole point of me bringing this up is just like, I think it's dangerous for people who are not secure in their bodies to be seeing the type of media that is just like plastered on social media. And because who decided those rules? Like who decided that this was the body type that everyone needed to have?
Well, it like ebbs and flows, because remember when it was like, Kim Kardashian and her curves was like everything, and people are getting in like BBLs and, and then all of a sudden, like I love Alex Earl, but when she came along and like had implants, and now everyone wants the bigger boobs, and like it used to be not a thing, and then the Ozempic train happened, and everyone wants to be the skinniest they've ever been. It all changes. So it's like once you get skinny tiny, great, now all of a sudden BBLs and implants are back. So like it's impossible. You have to be just, I mean, you got to go through your shit to like finally get comfortable with who you are,
and it takes work. It's not just like a mindset that you can have one day and then everything changes the next, like especially depending on how you were raised, like what images you were, fed, or like,
oh my God,
narratives that you were told growing up, like that can all have a big effect on you.
100%. It's like environment, nature versus nurture kind of thing. And I promise, if I have a daughter, even if I have a son, I will never speak ill about like my own body in front of them, and
or other people's.
Or of course, absolutely. Yeah. But when you look at your like caretaker and they don't love themselves, you're like, I came from you. Why don't I look like you? Like, why don't you, like it's so important. But I think our generation is realizing those things more and more. And I'm happy about that.
Yeah, definitely. We're moving in the right direction somewhat.
Somewhat. It's a conscious choice, though, to realize how you talk about yourself or other people, and how it all stems from your own insecurities and the reality that you've created from your own point of view. It's, oh God, I could go on forever, but I love
us putting our therapy to use.
Oh my God. It's so much therapy. I've been in therapy since I was 15 years old.
Yeah. It's been about 13 years or so for me. So that's crazy. But
look at us now.
We're so enlightened when it comes to mental health. Yeah.
I don't even think it's about stability. It's just about like having the knowledge and the tools to know how to healthily move forward. That's literally it.
The wisdom, the knowledge.
To know the difference.
True. Just the awareness, I think, is number one.
Yes, exactly.
Sometimes I'm a little overly aware, but I feel like I would rather have it be that way than the opposite. But
you always tell me, you're like, the first step is realizing it, and a lot of people take a lot longer to do that. So if you're stepping in the direction of realizing there's something maybe you want to work on, or there's a pattern you want to stop, you're on the right track. Keep going.
Exactly.
Slay.
Well, damn, I feel like this is the most vulnerable we've ever been.
I know. How did that happen? We were like, oh my God, our things are so funny. And then we get on and we're like, let's therapize everyone.
Well, and that's fine. I feel like I'm totally more than okay having these kinds of conversations.
I love it.
Because it's important to have. And I think that we should normalize those conversations and normalize that mental health is different for everybody. And it's something I'm always been passionate about. And, so
I love that. I think my over it is right there with you. That I didn't even do my over it because I couldn't come up with one, but that is, I'm right there with you. I'm going to piggyback on yours and say that's my same thing.
Makes me feel better about it.
Yeah. This is like our very most vulnerable episode yet. You were texting me before like, hey, do you feel comfortable talking about this? Honestly, I didn't. And I was like, but at the same time, that's the whole point of it, is like no one ever feels comfortable talking about their own like downsides of their, I don't know, maybe you're insecure about it and want to, at least I am, to come off as like, I don't have it all together, but like none of us do. So what I'm over is pretending that you have it all together, because no one does. Let's not sell this narrative that everything is perfect and whatever. It's not.
No, it's not.
And that's okay. That's part of life.
We might look really good on camera, but you don't know what's going on behind the screen.
Girl, you don't know anything, but we're going to show up and be our honest selves no matter what.
Yes, definitely. Always. And
always.
Yeah, but I think today was great. Thank you for listening.
Today was lovely. That was so good.
I love being here every week. And
me too.
I'm so glad that we've gotten a couple of guests booked. They might be before this episode or after. I don't know. But like, just know that we're very excited. And I'm so excited. It doesn't go unnoticed. Our gratitude remains.
We have Oh, I'm really excited about our next guest. It's going to be in person. We booked it. I'm so excited.
I know. It's been, so we've only had Gatlin in person so far for this season. It's just totally different. And like, I'm all for remote interviews and like doing this remotely, but like in person, it just is so different. And it's so different. Love it. Yeah.
Oh my God. Gatlin's episode was so fun.
It was a lot of fun. It's just also cool to like be able to just like match their energy in person and like get to know them as just like a human and not a face on a screen. So yeah, I would love, my goal is to have as many of those as we can.
And we will.
In this season. And yeah, but thank you for listening.
Yay. Thanks for listening, guys. That was cute.
And we'll see you next week.
We'll see you next week. Love ya. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Bye.